Alright, I'd like to welcome you to this initial session on understanding parenting in 3D. So, getting the basics of parenting will help you to, at some point, understand how to animate a character. So, produce something like this. So you can see we've got a mixture of motion capture and traditional keyframe animation. I'll just show you this. That's very nicely done. That was James Noonan, and he's an MSc student. Beginning to understand hierarchical linking will help you to understand the relationship in setting up character tools, and so that we can create and edit animation, or done completely by hand, or this is from motion capture in the process of creating a walk cycle. So here we are. This is from a live session. So you have to understand a bit about the kinematic setup. So if you need to edit this at some point, how the skeleton system works, how the relationship works in parent-child relationships in 3D. Also, understanding parent-child relationships. Here we have a setup for animating a character. There we go. And understanding the skeleton system here. So we can easily set up a type of control rig to animate our character. There we go. And if we look at the hierarchy here, so setting up this type of parent-child relationship, we just need to start very simply, and we'll work up from there. Alright, so this is definitely not to scale, and these are not actual planetary rotations. So there you go. So I've got a representation of the Sun, the Earth, and the Moon. So any astronomers out there, I apologize in advance. But basically what we want to do is we want to have an animation of the Earth going around the Sun, okay? And I also want an animation of the Moon rotating around the Earth at the same time. So very simple animation setup. But what I have to do is use parent-child hierarchy so that the Earth, or what controls the Earth, is a parent to the Moon. So the Moon can have its own independent animation, but move along with the parent object. Okay, so the first thing I have to do is align my axis. So my Moon rotates around the Earth, so I'm just going to do that very quickly. There we go. So now if I select this and rotate it, the Moon goes around there. Very good. Alright, so what I want to do is just set a keyframe here. So there we go. And actually what I'm going to do is turn off my relative rotation. There we go. So I should be able to set a keyframe here. There we go. Did Shift E, so it just does a rotation keyframe. Do another Shift E. So I start and end, and what I'm going to do to fix this is just quickly go into the graph editor. That's what it's there for. And set my actual rotation. It starts at 0. It goes to 360. So I can just come in here like this, so it does the whole thing. So I have roughly a 360-degree animation as it goes around. There we go. Very good. Alright, so my Moon has its little animation. The problem is, if I want to animate the Earth moving around the Sun, there we go, let me take that. It's one thing I can't really set separate keys or anything, but what I can do is set up a parent-child relationship. So first of all, let's just parent the Earth to this. So this is just a NURB circle. I've called it the Earth animator. So there we go. So I'll select this, select the Earth animator, and I just hit P, and now my Earth animator object controls my Earth. Okay? So what I can do is I could animate the Earth separately. I can put this on a motion path. I suppose what I could do is set the pivot to the Earth animator to the Sun and rotate it around it, but we'll do that in just a minute. Now then, I can do the same thing here. I can pick my Moon and my Earth animator object, hit P, so you can see here they're all nicely pivoted. So the Moon maintains its animation, and I can take this guy and move it anywhere I want, and this animation stays completely relative central to here. If I come in here just to the hypergraph, there you go. So there you go. That is the relationship here. So that is the parent. That's the child. Look, the Moon here, you can see in the hypergraph, it's got animation on it, so it's gone from a rectangle to a parallelogram. There we go. So you can see the parent-child relationship. Here we go. Parent, this controls them both. Now these are both equal children, so there we go. I'll put them on equal footing. There we go. I can adjust this, and there it is. Okay? So now if I want to animate this, have the Earth go around the Sun, I can then come here, come in animation, constraints, motion path attached to let me pick this first, pick this, then this, constrain, motion paths, attached to animation. It'll do it according to the time slider, that's fine. I could do start and end. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to hit apply, there we go. And if we look here now, so look at that, so we have the Earth rotating around the Sun, and the Moon maintains its rotation around the Earth. Now watch this. I can come in here now. I should be able to come in here to come back into the animation. There we go. This animation is completely independent, so I could go up to 720. There we go. So I don't think my Moon is rotating enough times around. I could make adjustments to it. There we go. It's completely linear motion. And that's a little introduction to the very basics of parent-child relationships in 3D.